Hey everybody, this is TheMaskedGUI, and this is going to be my third part of the meetup on my new 3DS. The second part is first part is me unpacking. The second part was talking about some of the features, my first impressions and things like that. Trying to get the AR working properly, but I couldn't on camera. I know how to do it otherwise, so I'm not stupid. And the third one is going to be games. Before I started getting into like Zelda and really talking about proper 3D, I'm just going to have a brief note about regular DS games. Screen resolution is different in this because the 3DS screen is much bigger. So, I mean, this is the in-game video and there's black borders around it because because the default aspect ratio doesn't cover the whole screen. And so it's going to be like there are black borders around it where there is parts of screen. Sorry if I'm really unsteady with this, but yeah, there's like borders around it that should normally be filled up with game video. It's kind of like when you're playing old Game Boy games on the Game Boy Advance. On the original Game Boy Advance, you could fit the old Game Boy cartridges in, but the screen was like different. It didn't fit in properly, but I think there's a way of stretching it, wasn't there? Or at least there was a way of making the colour really crazy. I forget. By the way, even it looks a lot clearer in a way. I mean, this is kind of dark now, just because of the brightness settings I had to play around with. And I'll just, launch Seeger Communications. Let's look at how the game looks normally. Still winter in my game. Yeah, everything looks... It all looks exactly the same as usual. Sorry if the brightness is off or whatever, but it all looks exactly the same, only it's slightly, the size is a bit different. And there's my little Pikachu Sea gear and everything. And I'll just close this. Another thing, when you're playing the 3DS games and any 3DS app or program, whatever, I don't know what they're meant to be called, you can do multitasking, where like you press the home button and it takes you back to the home menu and you can open up another application while the first one was still running. But with DS games you can't. Best example would be PS3. When you're like playing a PS3 game or any other thingy, when you press the home button, when you press the PlayStation button, the original XMB comes up, the original menu, where like you can go left and right and select music and whatever. But when you try and select something, obviously you had to exit the game, but you can still see everything. But then when you're on a PS1 game, I'm not sure about PS2, my PlayStation isn't compatible, but when you're playing a PS1 game, it just goes on to like a kind of a plain black screen menu with just regular like selecting things in a list, but it doesn't take you onto the basic home menu. So it seems to be the same kind of concept as that if you have a PS3 and don't have a 3DS. I apologize if you are an Xbox owner. It's not your fault. Hey, I have a little notification. Basically, if you have a notification, a little blue thing pops up, and then like there's a little information. Whoa, why is the brightness so weird? Hold on, let me try and fix that. I'm just gonna hold it like this for a second and play around with the brightness and contrast for a sec. Contrast, brightness. Okay, this is completely white. That's not going to work. Maybe the exposure is wrong. Whoa, yeah, that helps. Oh, it did for a second. Huh. Can you see that? Basically, the top eye has a little blue dot next to it. Yeah, you can see it now. There we go. Now it works. You can see a little blue dot next to the first eye. That means it's a new notification. And you select it. And it just tells you about the things that you can't do while playing the original DS games, which is good. Sorry if it's really dark and you can't see me properly. Now then, the other thing I was going to show you. Open up Pokemon Black and White, and I think I do it now. But there's a way of like resizing the picture, but I'm not entirely sure how to. Apparently it's by using like start and select or some of the buttons or something. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a way of like stretching the image to the full size of the screen. I mean, it slightly reduces quality, as you could imagine. but at the same time it still works better. Well, no, sorry, I'm just trying to figure it out and I'm actually just not making any sense in what I'm saying. How do you do this? Press all the buttons until something happens. Okay. Yeah, that's not working for me. But, you know, who cares? Which, anyway, it's supposed to, like, resize it, but I don't know how to. There's probably something in the instruction manual about playing DS games. I probably should have read that first, but I didn't want to read it too much. Anyway, it's not important. Let me just... Oh yeah, when you press the power button, you can either put it on sleep mode, which is basically when you press it first, it puts you into sleep mode, and it tells you all the things you can do. You know, count your steps using and earn play coins. Basically, the 3DS works as a pedometer as well. Pedometer being, not trying to be condescending, some people generally mightn't know what a pedometer is. It's basically, you know, the things, little computery thingy, and you use like a kill up to your waist or whatever, and then it counts how many steps you take. Yeah, 3DS can do that when it's in sleep mode. And basically, depending on how much you walk, you earn coins. I think there's like a maximum of 10 per day, which doesn't seem like a lot, but yeah. And then you, with those coins, you can buy like, you know, new little mini games in the AR games library or whatever. And I'm sure there's other things you can do, I don't really know. I think you might be able to do things with your Mii as well. Anyway, you can also use Street Pass, which is when you're like walking along the street and you pass people, and you know you pass and send and receive data, and yeah, receive various content via Spot Pass, which is certain like, you know, Wi-Fi hotspots. And when you walk past them, you can get like, you know, like little notifications or certain data, you know, from certain people. Or like, for example, if you're at some event where there might be like a Nintendo stall or whatever, and there could be like a Wi-Fi hotspot sending you, like, for example, it might send you a game trailer or something. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. This is my first day, so give me a break. Or else then, if you want to just turn off your DS completely, there's also a power off button. Oop, there it is. And then if you just press the home button, it turns it back on again and returns to the home menu. So now I'm going to press power off now. You can also just hold down the power button, and that shuts it down. So whichever you want. Then I turned it... Oop, sorry. I turned it back on, but I wasn't supposed to yet. I was supposed to put in the game first. Because just like the old Nintendo, you're not supposed to take out games while it's turned on. So I'll take this out. Zelda's up here. Take it out there. Pop this back in. How's my time doing? 7:52? Crap, I wasted too much time at the start of this. Anyway, I don't think I'll be saying too much about this anyway, I'd say. I might just start it off and compare against the old one. Whatever memories I actually have of it. I'll just show it off anyway. I mean, I hate the fact that there's a huge reflection on this. And like now the bottom of it has press start, as opposed to like before it coming up on the main screen. Now I'll try and show you this as full as I can, while also seeing it myself, just to make sure it's clear enough. Trying to reduce the reflection. There we go. Sadly you can't really hear it all that well, but it sounds exactly the same. I mean, it's a very good remastering, like. There's Zelda and there's him riding along on his horse. But then like when it's in 3D, you know, everything in the background like has depth. Like you can see that big huge mountain in the distance. Or forest, whatever, I can't remember. In the distance. And it's, you know, really far away. But then also the words Zelda, like, is really kind of, it pops out at you. Anyway, I'll press start. And all the noises and all the sound effects and everything. Please select a file. Delete that. Give me a second. Podge. Because that's my nickname. Save completed. Ooh, that's pretty. There's like a sky moving along the top screen, and when you put it in 3D, it's moving along in 3D. It doesn't really look that different. Sorry, I kind of over-exaggerated that one. Now start off with Podge. And, yeah. You can see all like the words popping up and whatever. Children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his own guardian fairy. Link's one. There's a really annoying bitch called Navi who doesn't shut up. Wow, that's pretty sweet 3D. Oh boy, if only you were here to see this. Wow. I mean, it is like properly the opening, dream when he sees like Zelda after having been kidnapped. And sorry if it goes really too fast and you can't see it properly, but I mean, it all looks picture perfect like. And I'm not sure then if you can see it properly when it puts in 3D. Someday there'll probably be a camera that actually makes it possible to see it, but not yet. Navi, bloody blah Navi, help him, help that boy, because he's having some sort of scary dream. Anyway, this video is on like 11 minutes. Oh, the Deku tree, sorry, that's the name of the tree, not the tree of life. Anyway, I think I was gonna turn this off now for a bit, while I'm what's the word? Winding up, is it? I don't know. While I'm finishing up this video anyway. So yeah, sorry if I didn't spend enough time on the actual gameplay, but I think I'd rather just give it all of my attention, instead of like having to talk, because I'd like to play the whole thing, in 3D and watching it, getting the full story. I like that. Not all the time, but in a game with Zelda, you really do need to like pay attention and digest it. So yeah, that is my third and probably final video about the DS for now. I also pre-ordered. I might give a review later on, just about me, about Zelda, and any more experiences I happen to game with the 3DS itself. But for now, I think that'll be it. Also, I pre-ordered Star Fox 64 3D for the 3DS, obviously. So I'll be getting that at some point. It comes out in like 2 weeks or something, I think. So that should be good. But anyway, also, this is the other side of my room. Let's see, Soul Eater poster, Hello Kitty, Cardcaptor Sakura picture. I forget what that one is. I couldn't be bothered turning around. It might be another Cardcaptor Sakura picture. Oh no, they are with Dissidia Duodecim, the second Dissidia game for PSP, the Final Fantasy fighting game, for those of you who don't know. With the limited edition, the Legacy edition, you get these character cards. There's 6 new characters. Well, there's more, but there's 6 main new characters. And yeah, they're just like special limited edition cards you get. Then there's just like a photograph and a demon monster-y looking thingy. There's like a artist at a Kumicon as a anime convention I went to earlier on this year. So anyway, and then there's just like random links, cans, another mask of mine, and just other little bits and pieces. Also a photograph of me and my girlfriend. And yeah, that's everything. So yeah, it's like this video is almost over. So also I'm going to try and start remembering to say this in my videos. Please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter at TheMaskedGUI. Wait, no, hold on. It's Twitter at TheMaskedGUI. Because Guy wasn't taken on Twitter. It was only taken on YouTube. So yeah, it's just plain old Twitter at TheMaskedGUI, all one word. So yeah, follow me please. And yeah, that's about it. So I will end this video here, and I hope you enjoyed me talking about it's pretty much just rubbing it in your face that I have a DS, and some of you don't, other ones of you do. But anyway, I'm sorry. Once I find out how to put in my friend code, I'll also include that in the link. I'll probably have found out by the time that I upload this video. So this video is almost out of time, so hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all again for the rest of my Minecraft videos and stuff. Bye.